All right. Well, welcome back. I can already see people coming in. So I've just popped a question in there. Hopefully, I'll see you guys as you start heading in. Let me know if third time lucky. Good morning. I am back. Yay. Excellent. All right. That's great. So let me know. So if someone can help me, did I actually let you know what the deal for Stitch and Summer was? Did you get that, or had that frozen before then? Because I'll cover off over that ground. Oh, you guys are so great. Thank you for coming back. And I'm really, oh no, I hadn't. Right. Okay. Great. Brilliant. All right. So sorry about this. So stitching summer, we're going to do a special deal for this week. We're going to do a deal for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, 3 days concurrently. And we're going to combine it together. So it's going to be 2 ranges for those entire 3 days. And I know a number of you have been chatting about this on our in our groups and bits and pieces and have been waiting for this, but it is going to be flight and pulse for those days. So I know a number of you have held off purchasing, waiting to see whether this was going to pop up. So you will be rewarded for your patience. There is $1 off each a ball on both of these. Don't panic if you've purchased. Honestly, it's you're going to love the yarn regardless, but for the next 3 days, or you might actually want to get some more. You've picked up something, you're thinking, oh, I like this. Definitely grab some more over the next 3 days. So we did both of them simultaneously. So then that way, if you're working on some colour work projects, you can buy them together and actually combine your parcels together. So I mean, that's the one downside with having the 2 separate days. The courier is kept very busy, but we thought, nope, for the last week, 3 days together, boom, both of those together. And I just wanted to show you how my progress was going. I didn't get as much knitting done over the weekend as I would have liked, but progress is still chugging along really well. And I'm going to start now. For those that haven't caught up with this, this is Miss Jane. Now, I've got one here that I prepared earlier. This is the one that I knitted a couple of summers ago when we did this as part of our stitching summer project. So this is it here. This is in Perrindale Electric Blue. And this is a classic, just a classic slip-over cardigan. I've got about 6 of these. I love them. It's one of my absolute favourites. And this one is knitted to pattern. So I've made no modifications with them, with this one. I know, strange, I know. What I love about this pattern, though, is that it does leave itself open for interpretation and modifications. You can easily do a lot of modifications with it, which is why I chose it. So if you watched some earlier episodes from post-Christmas, since we've been back this year, I showed you the one that I finished across the Christmas break using stripes, and then I cast another one on, because why make one when you can make 2? And this is the thing, you know, when you purchase a pattern, there is some people will purchase a pattern and they think they can only make it once. I'm definitely not one of those people. I will purchase a pattern and I will pattern that thing to death, particularly one if I love, you know, if it's a pattern I really enjoy. Miss Jane is definitely one of those. Oatmeal from Georgie is another one. I've done about 2 or 3 of them. What else have I done? I've done Summer Carnival, also from Georgie Nicholson. I've done a few of those. Hitchhiker. I can't tell you how many. I've lost count of how many Hitchhikers I've knit. By Martina Bean, and also Niara, which is one of hers. I've done almost as many of them as Hitchhikers. So I have to say, I certainly love the being able to use those patterns, and I love being able to try different yarns and seeing how a different yarn will interpret in those patterns. So you saw this one here, which is our solid version, right? So I'm now also doing this one in Flight and Pulse. So there are how the colours are starting to translate out, and as you can see, now this is all one colourway. This one is called Ripple. All one colorway, and as you can see, there's sort of now a couple of darker stripes that have popped up, a little darker combination there that sort of popped up a few times, and that lighter blue combination has sort of now started to crop up. I think I've just put on ball number 4, but it keeps me guessing the whole time. Now, because the way the pattern's constructed, Around here, you then have the stripes, I'll put back, heading in a couple of different directions. So it gives you a really nice visual silhouette. And what I've gone and done is I have gone and combined it with a solid contrast. So I keep calling this, I think I kept calling this hummingbird the other day. It's called dragonfly. So it's dragonfly and ripple are the two colours I'm doing to give you this. Now, if you're wanting to do this, yours won't look exactly the same. All these colours will interpret incredibly differently. But that's the fun part, isn't it? This, I mean, honestly, this yarn, I mean, we've done the shift. I haven't grabbed it, but the shift cow, we did that in Quake, Tempo and Flow are the three colours that we used in that, 2 balls of each, to give you this incredible dynamic colour effect. But also too, like adding, I mean, the hitchhiker in this, if you were to knit a DK hitchhiker using a larger needle, amazing. Anything with mited squares in this would look incredible. It's about being brave and having a little fiddle around with colour. So that is how this is progressing, and I'm really thrilled with that. And as I said before, the nice thing with this is that the vintage abroad, when we get that launched next month in the DK, it is the same count as the vintage, as the flight and the pulse. So it means that you've actually got options. And in fact, one of the colours, there are 2 colours, 2 colours specifically. This paprika is one of them, and there's another one called rosewater that goes actually with one of the pulse colours absolutely beautifully. I think it was glimmer. So, you know, there are some of the colours in the vintage range that actually work better with the pulse than some of the colours in the flight range. So it just gives you, as I mentioned before, a vastly wider array in your colour palette, which I think is really important. And before we froze, one of the other things I mentioned was the beautiful thing about the American or the North American European winters is that you get an absolute mammoth amount of pattern design that comes out as a whole. If you go onto Ravelry right now, the number of releases that have come out in January have been huge, and it's because it's in the middle of the winter, which is fantastic for us because it means that we can have a look at those patterns, but we can also see those patterns being knit up there and see examples of those, pop them in our queue. They've been tested out a little bit, and then we can actually start knitting them ourselves, which I think is great. The other thing, of course, if you jump onto Ravelry right now, that you'll be seeing is Bernie's mittens. Bernie, and if you don't know who I'm talking about, Bernie Sanders is an independent American senator. He's from Vermont, which is a very cold part of the country, and somebody knit him a pair of colourwork mittens, and at the inauguration he was sitting on a chair with his mittens, looking rather, well, sort of kind of cosy and warm all at the same time. Dell, you didn't. Dell is asking, did you miss the deal? Yes, it is Flight and Pulse, $1 off purple, Tuesday through Thursday, 3 days. There you go. Anyway, Bernie's mittens. So there have been Bernie patterns for Bernie's mittens that have popped up. Caitlin Hunter has even taken the colourwork sort of concept of those mittens and created it into a free sweater based on her Sedona crop. So if you're, and she's done that because it's not been tech edited and it's not been test knit, but she's used that as a template. So actually, if you're wanting to get a template on that, it's free at the moment. So I would definitely, and I think she's called it the Bernie sweater, so definitely go over and check that out. So they're having a whole load of fun with that at the moment. So, and I have to admit, colourwork mittens are fun, aren't they? So yes, there's quite a bit of that going on in Ravelry. What else? Okay, honestly, we've got so much new yarn sitting out there. This photographer, a lot of it will be arriving to her today, and we'll have a second bag that'll be going up to her. Literally, it's part the other reason why I was late, because I had to shoot out the backyard because it's still sitting on 2 pallets in the back. This arrived this morning, and we've been waiting for this, again caught up in Auckland Harbour. We've been wanting to get a lace white yarn, and our friends at Cascade have a beautiful alpaca lace, and I'm just going to put that over my world's worst fingernail. Look at that, this beautiful alpaca lace. I've literally just screamed it and grabbed it, grabbed a bag. There's a beautiful green. We've got a full range of colours. because so many of you have been after lace weight yarns because you've been wanting to double strand back with some mohairs, and they're actually a really difficult thing to buy, and one of the few lace weights that are around are often in indie dyed ranges, which is wonderful, but they also carry indie dyed price tags. So I can't even tell you the price on this, but I know it will be a really great offer. As they have been with everything that we've had from Cascade. So this is 100% baby alpaca. It is super, super soft. And as you can see, unlike some alpaca, because it's baby alpaca, it's been completely de-haired. So there's no little itchy scratchies there. Oh, look, let's unravel it. There we go. Look at it. So that's it there. And it is, so I can have a good look, so it's a 50 grand skein, 400 meters per skein, which is fantastic, which goes with so many of those projects that I know a number of you have been looking at. So it makes double stranding nice and easy. It's brilliant for shawl projects, and it is one, let's put that back up. There we go. And you should be, hopefully, at the same time as we get this loaded, we'll be able to load for you a special limited edition mohair that you'll be able to use double-stranded with stuff like this, which I think will be fantastic. So that is all to come. I know, so much to come next month. So there's still plenty of fun to be had. As I said before, remember, if you actually Wellington Anniversary Day today, but it's Auckland Anniversary Day next Monday. So if you are around and you are coming to visit, we are going to be open that day. And then the following weekend, I think, is Waitangi Day. I will be in the shop on actual Monday, the 6th here. So we'll be closed on Saturday, but we for the actual day, Waitangi Day rather, I think it is, and then I'm working, I think is it the 8th, the observed day for statutory holiday, so I can give the team a day off, and well, for me it's neither here nor there, is it? So I'm going to be here driving you all crazy on that day. So if you're down here for the long weekend, do come in and see us as well, so I'll definitely be here. So that's everything I've got for you today. I'll be back again on Thursday. Oh, Stitch in Summer, don't forget to keep posting your pattern, your finished items up. Honestly, you guys have done so much over the summer. It is incredible. I have been inspired everywhere. And the other thing I've loved is seeing all the gifting, that crafting that has gone on, and the recipients wearing them. That's been fantastic. Really enjoyed that, whether it's been a baby or a loved one, or I really enjoyed seeing those. And I've loved seeing everyone's interpretation with different colour works and how you're actually starting to play around with all the new yarns. So you've still got a week to get all of those posted up, and then we will move across into a new theme heading into February. But until then, I'm going to keep going and making sure that I can sort of try and cobble these videos together later on. Have a look in your inbox too. I have sent out a quick newsletter this morning with restocks. We've had, since the mill and ourselves have reopened, the mill is reopened, we've had a massive number of restocks, especially in Urban Deluxe. And I know we've had a lot of email inquiry from people looking for certain colours and certain ranges. So I have gone and sent an email out on those. I mean, we're talking about nearly 20 odd lines that have come in. So I just whipped those out in a quick email to you this morning. Right, that's enough talking from me. I will see you again on Thursday. Until then, have a great rest of week and enjoy your stitching. See you then. Bye.